Ready? Do I start in Canada or Mexico?
We didn't do Animal
Are
Kingdom.
we really 8K haters?
From New York, Dillos is Live, starring Frank and Jen Dillo. This is Mr. Snidillo in studio along with music by Matt Harvey, inviting you to join the Dillos and their guests while they tangent and wax nostalgic. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's...
It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
This is Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank, and we are here on our YouTube channel. I don't know what I was going to say right there.
On your YouTube.
On our YouTube. On the YouTube. That's what I'm going to call it from now. On YouTube. On our YouTube channel, on the Facebooks, and on the X Twitter here on a Thursday evening. It is May the 9th, 2024. And we have 3 topics or subjects here to share with you that we did not discuss on the Theme Park Thursday podcast, which dropped this morning, where we focused on halfway to Halloween and the not so scary announcements. That was the focus of the podcast today. So 3 topics or subjects that we have for you this evening. Jen, hello.
Oh, hello. I see that Jeffers has already voted what order he wants the topics to go in. You can't do that until you know the topics.
That's true.
Play by the rules.
The vote does take place after we reveal. Is that an official rule now? After we reveal the topics or subjects.
Yeah, now it is. Now it's a rule.
But first, we have breaking news.
Extra, extra breaking news.
Turn that kid around.
Listen, when you're at your communion dinner, the kid has communion, and you're at the dinner or lunch, whatever it was, brunch.
Yeah.
And these are the ideas you flesh out. Listen, Dillo Studios.
This is what happens. You just start rambling, and then all of a sudden, an idea is born.
And all of a sudden, it's
extra, extra breaking news.
Turn that kid around.
So, we came up with the idea of the newsboy on Spaceship Earth as our breaking news icon here at Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz.
I'm a little disappointed in myself after recording that, because in my head I sound so much like
the original.
The original, and yet when it comes across, I'm like, oh, I don't actually sound like that.
Very funny. And just to note, we will be taking the post show, as it were, to dillosdizresort.com immediately following Theme Park Thursday Live tonight. We have our first round picks in hashtag Dillos Madness in the 3rd historic month of hashtag Dillos Madness, also known as the Dillos Diz. My favorite thing about Disney ever this year, March Madness Mania Pool. Also, for resort guests only, where you can join for free to participate and watch along what happens with hashtag Dillos Madness. Tonight, we will reveal the extended breaking news bumper.
You're gonna want to see it. Just say
Join for free at dillosdizresort.com for the epic extended version of
Extra breaking news.
Turn that kid around.
I mean, I thought maybe I was actually going to do like something that broke today as part of that. And I was like, no, we're just announcing that we have a breaking news bumper now.
Isn't this all breaking news? Because we're talking about it for the first time. So it's breaking news for us.
Breaking news, Dillos Diz has a bumper for breaking news.
Right. Yes. No, Lewis. Lewis is assuming all of this could be done for free. No, because you are getting the extended version of that breaking news thing because you go over there and, access to the Discord, obviously.
This is we have to tease those who join for free.
That's right.
At DillosDizResort.com. What awaits them at the upper tier levels.
Yeah. So many shenanigans.
I mean, everyone, forget it. I'm not going to get into it. Let's talk about the 3 topics or subjects this week. Pretty straightforward. I'll get right to it. Number 1, it's fantastical. It's electric. No, it's fantastical. There was a lot of more photos, more video of Fantasy Springs was released this week. In lieu of, in relation to something I mentioned on the Theme Park Thursday podcast, I have something to offer here about Fantasy Springs. So we'll talk about that. That's topic number 1. Topic number 2, it's marvelous. Bob Iger talked a little bit about the Marvel franchise yesterday, I believe, were his comments, and there are things that make me go, but also that's connected to another announcement that came about with the streaming this week that I want to kind of lump into. It's marvelous. Number 2. Topic number 3 is that's not still that. What? Why is 2 and 3 both high? What? Why is that scrolling? What is happening right now? Regardless, number 3 that's marvelous. And then number 3 is hello. What is going on? It's Universal. So it's fantastical. It's marvelous. It's Universal. We haven't talked about a couple of teases that have come with Universal lately. An epic one last week that we should touch upon here on Theme Park Thursday Live. And if there's time, and right now there's not, at 8:25 we'll show a little bonus, an 8:25 bonus in honor of a friend of ours' birthday today.
Oh, interesting.
So that is what's going on. It's fantastical. It's marvelous. It's Universal. Place your bets.
Place your bets. What order would you like to see those stories in? I will say, I think there is a little bit of a glitch there because you actually planned these topics in advance and set the StreamYard up way too early. When you do it as the intro is happening, then it's fine. But when you then it's too much. Jeffers also suggesting find Frank for 51. Maybe Tokyo Drift will find Frank for 51. Tokyo Drift will be the next trip there.
Place your bets, everyone. Quick bets.
Which order would you like to see those extra breaking news stories in? 132 for Jeffers, 213 for Lewis. Whether or not these numbers came in technically before we asked for them or not, we'll just and 132 for Ryan. So Ryan and Jeffers tie. We're gonna go with 132.
It's fantastical. It's electric. When I hear, I know it's the electric slide, but when I say it's electric, I go into the hustle. I don't know.
It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie. You don't do that.
Right. You need the boogie woogie woogie.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
Where sometimes I go, it's electric. I
mean, I can see that. A mashup.
Happy Theme Park Thursday Live, everyone.
It's been a while.
Get into it. The ultimate guide to Disney Springs. Sorry, I already did it. See, part of what I wanted to discuss is how I am slowly. Now, we all know I'm slowly turning into Papa Dillo. Jen knows it anyway. But
I've known it for years.
But when something like this comes up and I read something about Fantasy Springs, I'm like, I'm never going to say it right.
Mhm.
Like if I was to somehow, for some reason, go to Tokyo Disney Sea someday,
Mhm.
100%, I'm calling it Disney Springs.
Oh, yeah.
There's
How you
no
not gonna
way.
do it? Yeah.
There's no way. I'm like the jet lag, the old madness.
Right.
It's inevitable. You want to go to Disney Springs?
And then it'll morph over time. You want to go over to downtown Disney? You just automatically change the entire thing over time.
You want to? Do they got Planet Hollywood over there? So videos and pictures keep getting released, and everything about it looks awesome. There was like an Olaf narrated Frozen thing happening. They got the Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, which looks awesome. The Neverland Adventure. I don't know how you do it. Not something other than Peter Pan's flight makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Mhm.
The go further down, the Royal Banquet of Arendelle, and so on and so forth. So here's my question for you, Jen.
Yes.
On Theme Park Thursday, we talked about more villains as a surprise that was announced for this year's Not So Scary Halloween party. And I suggested, was that a hint, a tease, something that may be announced for D23, that Villains Land was coming, and it would be beyond Big Thunder Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Jen, beyond Big Thunder Mountain, is it possible? Maybe not with everything you see here. Could we see a Fantasy Springs that bridges the back of Fantasyland and the back of Frontierland and meet up together behind Liberty Square?
Interesting. It's an interesting thought. Is there enough space for that semicircle? And what if they just, I don't know, a full circle? Can they actually do it? Do they have the space back there to do that? I guess is my question.
I mean, I think the space is probably more connected beyond, literally beyond. I think it's more in that northwest area of the Magic Kingdom. So I think my answer would be no without looking at Google Earth for a second. But
I guess it could be possible. I think it would be hilarious if they did go that route, because everyone for years has been saying, what's beyond Big Thunder? And then it's like, oh, what's beyond Fantasyland? All of this instead. And they just pivot right over that way. But all of this stuff looks really cool. So, I'm intrigued and I kind of want more of it. And, how do you not bring some of the Neverland goodness over here when those Peter Pan wait times during spring break are just hours? You just wait for hours for that 1-minute ride. How are you not bringing some of that over here?
I mean, I just think that, it's curious. And again, when you see something like the Rapunzel attraction, you're like, well, how I can't live in a world where you got the Rapunzel restrooms and then 1,000 steps away is going to be in a Rapunzel attraction. That's too far apart. You can't have that. Same thing with the Peter Pan. So, the Peter Pan. And I'm saying it's not a fully formed plan in my head.
Sure.
But when we talk about Radiator Springs beyond Big Thunder Mountain, and we talk about a Villains Land beyond Big Thunder Mountain, is it possible? And again, maybe I should have had my Google Earth at the ready for something like this, but I think it's not out of the, you could, is it Encanto? Is it Moana? Is it like, if you're still talking about these kind of characters, is it possible to make that happen?
Ryan was mentioning that he'd love to get that Tangled ride at MK. I have always felt, listen, we all know that it's not technically the only thing, but the only thing that Tangled and Rapunzel is really known for in Walt Disney World are those bathrooms. She doesn't get any other love except those bathrooms. And you know what? Rapunzel deserves more than the Tangled bathrooms.
All right.
Just
Can you
saying.
see? Can you see here? Let me bring this up.
No.
Let me stop the screen.
Yeah.
All right. So what can we do here? Right. So Big
Uh-huh.
Thunder Mountain, and then
Mhm.
it's like mostly right. That land there is, I think, what we're mostly talking about.
Uh-huh.
There's a little bit of land down here, behind It's a Small World because you got the
Mhm.
Utilidor entrance over here. You can't do that.
All right.
So then this is behind Haunted Mansion, this area.
Uh-huh.
And then you got, beyond Big Thunder Mountain. So my question is there a diagonal path that can happen behind the Rapunzel restrooms that takes you to that area?
Interesting. It's a good point, Lewis. Does Frank know how he can share a screen? That you could have gone on Google Earth on the computer.
Listen, my all my Wi-Fi is not good. I have 100 screens up right now. I can't risk having one more.
We can't do that. But look at the screen of my iPhone through the computer camera.
Did you see it?
Can you see it from there?
Topic. Oh, I just decided to go in order. I could have done 1, 3, 2.
1, 3, 2. So switch it. The people voted. If people aren't going to vote if you mess with it.
So it's Universal. The teases, I feel like, happen a lot on Theme Park Thursday, and I want to thank Universal Studios for jumping on that bandwagon and getting all in on the announcement. I mean, granted, April 29th with the whole other thing with the parade and the sensational nighttime show, that happened on a Monday. Fine, but everything else seems to happen on a Thursday. So I want to point out this came up first today, right? It was a Halloween Horror Nights tease. I don't know what it means at all, and maybe someone can elaborate. They don't want you to know there's something underneath the wig. I don't know what that means.
All right. I don't know. I don't get it.
So on the heels of Halfway to Halloween, we have a Halloween Horror Nights tease today. So then last week is really the one I want to focus on, which is, of course, is this what I wanted to share? This is what I want to share. Right? So you got, can you hear this?
Yes.
So getting the copyright.
Yeah.
Thank you, copyright.
Yeah. It'll all be fine.
We're going. Where am I?
Oh, it's not going for us, so that's okay. Yes, the nostalgia is all about that music. Two things. One, Universal. I know we've always said we're a salute to most theme parks, all theme parks, but mostly Walt Disney World. We're happy to work with you if you want to do these teasers on Theme Park Thursday, and then bring us into some of those announcements, and we can announce them for you. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll collab. I'll be down in Universal shortly.
Yes.
So obviously,
Maybe
there's going to
take a meeting while you're there.
I will take a meeting while I'm there, and I will be sharing all the Universal content. I think we'll be talking more about Universal in the next few weeks. Anyway, the Islands of Adventure 25th anniversary is coming up this month, along with City Walk. So, this was a big month in my life 25 years ago. So when I see these little announcements come, and knowing that I have a trip planned to solely to Universal, it is it's interesting. Where would the 9-year-old sit on? Did you show him this video?
I did not show him this video. However, spoiler alert, he's awake and watching this right now.
Oh.
So he has just seen the video for the first time.
Go to bed.
You have seen the video, now go to bed.
I would have shared the whole thing if I knew.
Yeah. We'll watch the whole thing tomorrow after you go to bed.
Go to bed.
So, but obviously I'm going to assume he is loving it and will want to go for sure. So,
I mean, I think Universal is doing it right with the hype right now. And each video starting with the portal into the world, get into the world of the play. And I think they get a lot of props for doing this in a way that just makes them look like an equal right now, rather than better than, less than.
Right.
I don't want to see that in the next
Nope.
year. Thank you very
Nope.
much.
Don't do that.
Just be
Don't
the
do
best.
that.
Be the best Universal, please.
Just be yourself, Universal, and be proud of who you are.
Be yourself. It's marvelous. We definitely can cover this one in 5 minutes. So our friend and yours, Bob Iger, he had some quotes yesterday, and one of the things that came up were about the Marvel franchise. So he said, focusing on quality and reducing output at the same time. So something along the lines of, and there's they'll release no more than 3 movies and 2 shows per year. 3 movies and 2 shows.
Oh my God.
Per year.
Feels like a lot. Feels like too much.
Is that first of all, wow, the fact that Marvel was doing more than that.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah.
I just think you can scale it back even a little bit more.
Perhaps now's a great time to start all the movies and stuff, because I'm never going to be able to catch up with how that goes. It's going to get too out of control and out of hand, and not going to be able to do it. But I feel like it's a lot. Is that not a lot?
I mean, I think it's significant.
Yeah.
And I think, as I was, you do the Facebook memories. You do the Facebook memories every day.
Not every day, but a lot of days.
So when you get to this time of year, it's like when you see a lot of the summer movies, and, so the Avengers came up, and when I saw the Avengers, I was like, what? I mean, I was like that with Iron Man. Like, I was like, well, this has changed the world.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. has changed the world, as he should have.
Yes.
Anyway, but the Avengers, as I don't know the last, that was probably the first time I was giddy for a movie since I was a kid. Outside of Pixar movies and things like that. Comments that are mocking me right now. Is what's happening.
They're mocking me. So.
No. So, but my takeaway from that, it also, I think, changed the movie business. I don't want to say negatively, but in a way that movie studios still struggled to figure out. And we can blame the pandemic and streaming and everything else, but really, they trying to capitalize on that at the time. The same thing with, when Force Awakens hit, box office craziness. But then it dilutes, and then it's too much, and then the quality is less, and then repeat and rinse. Yeah. It feels like too much. Just one show and one movie.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a lot. Jeffers was saying, Jen, 32 movies and 15 years behind on the releases.
Is that breaking news?
That's the takeaway. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, Marvel, I mean, look at everything they're doing with it and what they're capitalizing on. This is my thing too, is, and kind of going back to the first story of Beyond Big Thunder and all, it always enters my mind with the IPs, and it is very hard. As much as I love the ideas of all of these lands, and I love the ideas of giving Rapunzel more than some bathrooms, I love all of that. But at the same time, and I'm tying this into Marvel too, because they're really, especially in Disneyland, and they're trying to do as much as they can when it comes to Marvel. But then it makes me nostalgic for the time when you could just go on certain rides or stay at certain resorts that had their own theme, and they didn't need an IP attached, and there were rides without an IP attached and all that. And I feel like, over time, how are you not going to be just full IP everywhere, because there's just so much of everything? I don't know.
Before Lewis is saying, do I want 6 episodes of Mandalorian a year? Yeah, maybe, because you know why? I got Ahsoka and Obi-Wan last year, and did I get good episodes of The Mandalorian? It's debatable. I
Yeah.
think, compared to the first 2 seasons.
Right.
So we can debate it more, but listen, I'm the big Star Wars nerd. I get it, but
Mhm.
and Ahsoka and Obi-Wan, again, I've said it. Mandalorian. This kid over here in this other room loves it. So am I gonna complain if there's that much? No, but with Marvel, the Avengers pulled. I'm not. I'm a like a low key. I like superheroes. I'm not like a superhero fan. I wasn't a huge comic book fan. Do I have comic books? I do. Do I have a lot of? I wasn't a comic book collector, but I like the superheroes. Iron Man pulled me in. You know, all the Spider-Man movies were always great. I watched the Avengers movies for the other superheroes. Did it make me go watch the other superhero movies? Not really. But, you know, like me that are in that middle zone and be like, just give me one great movie a year.
Yeah. And I think that's the worry with it. With when I'm saying it seems like it's too much, the worry is the quality going to be what the Marvel fans deserve? Because the Marvel fans are its own massive fandom group who love all of this. All of these movies, everything attached to it, probably grew up as comic book collectors and all of that. So, like, are you going to give them what they deserve by putting out that much every year? That's really where my question of is it too much? And it seems like too much is coming from.
And I mean, there's a lot. I loved WandaVision. There's things that I really liked, but there's also like and I know it's polarizing to talk about the Marvels. I was all in. Every Disney 100 movie I went to see in the theater last year had that preview. I was all in. I thought the 8-year-old was all in until it was time for it to come out. And then you're like, I don't want to be in. And I was like, oh, don't I want it? But it wasn't enough to get me into the theater still. And I love Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. You can hate me for that. That's fine. But I do. And I just think it's unfortunate that it couldn't be more. I think in part because they have all these other things going. So they can't focus all their energy into something in a concept that was cool like that. Yeah.
And I will say, obviously, the big joke is that I need to watch all these Marvel movies, and that's fine. And one day I'll get through them all. So I get that, I'm speaking more from what I am assuming the fans want. I know they want more of everything, and I also think they deserve the quality of everything. But I also feel the same way about Pixar movies or whatever. When they have put out too many Pixar movies in a year, something gets lost. They're not getting the love they deserve. And people don't even realize they exist until a year or two later. Like, oh, this is a really good movie. Yeah, because they had released it with all these other ones and it got lost in the mix. So it's just that whole idea.
I mean, and it's like, I know that was just a lot of stumbling I did right there, but to me, you can have, if there's a month with a Star Wars movie every year, if there's a month with a Marvel movie every year, if there's a month with a DC movie every year, if there's a month with a Bond or an Indiana Jones type or something, a month with a Pixar movie, I think you can get through a whole year with one big thing every month, and everyone gets a little something from money that comes in. I don't understand the business plans. That's enough for me today. But it is our good friend Drunk Stormtrooper's birthday today here on May the 9th. And I'm reading your browser has blocked your screen. Why? But I wanted to like celebrate his birthday a little bit here by sharing maybe one of our favorite moments ever in the 6 years of live streaming and podcasting and doing all the things. And that is when we had Drunk Stormtrooper on for a fireside chat. Little did he know we had a surprise waiting for him at 3 a.m. This person. So just as we wrap things up, and before we take it over to DillosDizResort.com for hashtag Dillos Madness and that little bumper extension of breaking news, I'm going to pull it up here. Can you see my screen?
I can see it.
Can you?
Well, Jen and I have a gift for you.
Yeah.
Drunk
We have a gift
Stormtrooper.
for you.
We have a gift for you.
Oh, that's so nice.
All right. So for you, drunk stormtrooper, here he is. Heis. Heis, welcome.
Hello! Hi guys! This for you, drunk stormtrooper. Hello! Hi guys!
Hello.
Hello! Good to see you.
I know that you've been retweeting Heis's stuff for years. In fact, it feels like years. 2020 is a years in itself.
Yes.
Oh, I love you so much. What a surprise! I love you.
I know. Hi.
I love you.
Oh, you're awesome. And you know what? It is 3:22 a.m. here over in the Netherlands.
I can't hear you, buddy.
Oh
But
my
it's all
goodness.
worth it. It's for you.
Oh, I was not even thinking that through.
I mentioned it. I thought we were cool. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's no problem at all. I'm a night owl, really. I go to bed really late.
You
That's
guys are
at
done at 5
3:22 in
a.m.
the morning.
I know. I'm stalking. How you
Yeah.
doing, buddy?
Yeah, I used to do live streams at 3 a.m. because a lot of the people who watch my live streams are from the United States, and I go to bed very, very late, so I don't mind. And of course, thank you for having me on the show.
But
No,
thank you for being
Yeah.
here. I can't believe I was like that. You know what? I'm just gonna reach out to Heis and see what he says, and I'll name drop Drunk Stormtrooper and hope we get him on. And immediately, Drunk Stormtrooper Heis was like, "Yes, absolutely."
Yes.
Drunk
Absolutely.
Stormtrooper promotes me all the time.
Yeah,
Man, I love him so much. And this is a shock to me. I'm really shocked. I'm a huge fan of him on the piano. He's my piano playing buddy. And I love him so much.
Yes.
This is awesome. And I know
Yeah.
Heather is loving it right now. She's loving it. We love you, buddy.
all of you too. But thank you so much for indeed like retweeting all the time and commenting and for your requests and everything. You watch every week. I do live streams every Sunday, so thank you so much for your support.
Oh, buddy, no problem, man. You're amazing. Everybody should watch you. It's a joy to watch you, buddy. I'm kind of crazy right now because I didn't expect this. I'm gonna get you. Surprise!
Yeah, surprise.
Heis, tell us a little bit about working at Disneyland Paris and what that's like.
Oh, it is so much fun. I really miss it. Disneyland Paris is closed right now, of course.
Mhm.
And I perform at the Disneyland Hotel. And that hotel is right at the entrance of the park. So if you look out of the window where the piano is, you can see Main Street. And at the end, you see the castle. It's beautiful. And I play like mostly Disney songs, but also a lot of park music. And now I would have played lots of Christmas music, of course. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I worked there for 2 years now, and hopefully I can play there again soon. I really miss it.
Yeah. And how do you get to come to the States and to see the parks here at all, or?
Yeah. I'm an annual pass holder to Walt Disney World, so
Oh, that's awesome.
I used to go there like twice a year or something. But yeah, the last time I was there was in March, the week before it closed for the first time. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, for when it closed. Yeah. So I love it. Yeah, I'd love to travel and see all the different Disney parks around the world. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. Drunk Stormtrooper, I know you. I understand you have a particular request whenever you tune in to Heis's YouTube streams each week. Is there something in particular you request?
My most beautiful thing that he plays for me is Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
Ah, Haunted Mansion. And would you like to hear that on piano or with an organ? I might have.
Okay. Anyway, are you gonna do it right now?
Sure. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Okay, here we go. How's the sound?
That's amazing. Oh, that's my buddy.
Can somebody do the voiceover?
Should have memorized the script.
Oh, I should have prepared.
And of course,
Oh my god.
I can make it more dramatic. It's a little bit loud. And
You can check out that video on our YouTube channel in the archives. You're on mute. What? You didn't.
The full video, the full fireside chat with Drunk Stormtrooper. Maybe we'll drop it in the link will be in the comments underneath at some point later.
Yes.
But just a favorite thing of mine for our buddy Drunk Stormtrooper's birthday. But now we are headed over to DillosDizResort.com for first round picks and Dillos Madness. And because I'm in control now, I'm going to mix things up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
This first round.
Uh-oh.
Hashtag Dillos Madness. You can participate in Dillos Madness. Still watch along. The videos are there of all our stories, 32 stories in all. We'll go through the first round matchups. Just join for free at DillosDizResort.com. And then later on, you'll just fall in love with us and want to support us more on a higher level. I mean, here on the YouTubes, we are upgrading here officially today as well. So more news to follow about that because I can't remember anything about it right now. Jen, do you remember what the heck it's called?
I mean, I think we're officially a YouTube partner, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
more to come on all of that. But
completing the process,
Yes.
as it were. I guess that would have been breaking news. We should have used the breaking news bumper for that.
Extra breaking news.
Turn that kid around.
So with that,
Thanks,
see you over.
Dr. Jacqueline.
at DillosDizResort.com. We'll be there for hashtag Dillos Madness. She's Jen. I'm Frank. Happy birthday, Drunk Stormtrooper.
Happy birthday.
Bye-bye.
Deuces.